First question, biodiversity. The Earth Summit held in, we have four options here: Johannesburg, South Africa; Morges, Switzerland; Rio de Janeiro; Copenhagen. The Earth Summit held in
Rio de Janeiro.
Rio de Janeiro. Very good. Next, the second question. The World Summit on Sustainable Development held in. The World Summit on Sustainable Development held in.
Johannesburg.
Johannesburg.
Very good.
Johannesburg.
Next, question number 3. The most important cause driving animals and plants to extinction is.
Habitat loss and fragmentation.
Very good. Habitat loss and fragmentation. We can say the most important cause of driving animals and plants to extinction is habitat loss and fragmentation. Which of the following is known as the lungs of planet?
Amazon rainforest.
Yeah, Amazon rainforest. Very okay. Which of the following is incorrect statement among these? I'll read the statements first. Eastern Ghats have a greater amphibian species diversity than Western Ghats. India has more than 50,000 genetically different strains of rice. India has about 1,000 varieties of mango. Rauwolfia vomitoria shows genetic diversity. These are the four options. Among the four options, you have to choose the wrong option.
Option A.
Incorrect
A, sir.
statement.
Eastern Ghats have a greater amphibian.
Eastern
Species
Ghats have a greater amphibian species diversity than Western Ghats. Very good. Okay. Next, what percentage of all the species on Earth are of animals?
70%.
70.
Very good. 70%. Exclusively from NCERT textbook. Every question from there itself. What percent of the total species are plants, including algae, fungi, bryophytes, gymnosperms, and angiosperms?
22%.
22%. Okay, very good. Among animals, which taxonomic group making up more than 70% of the total?
Insecta.
Insecta.
Very good. Class Insecta, largest class. We use it to say in the animal kingdom, it occupies 70% of the total. How much percentage of species diversity found in India?
4.
How much percentage of the species diversity is found in India?
8.1.
8.1.
8.1. Very good. 8.1. The phenomenon in which a species confined to a region and not found anywhere else is called.
Endemism. Option A.
Very good. Endemism. That endemism, which means that particular species will present there only, like kangaroo in Australia, like kiwi in New Zealand, like Triton in Himalayas. We call these kind of species are endemic species because they are confined to a certain region. Okay. Next, question number 11. Which of the following is not an in situ conservation strategy?
Biosphere reserve.
Cryopreservation.
Okay,
Cryopreservation.
let me go for options first. Sacred groves, biosphere reserve, cryopreservation, and national parks. What's the answer then?
Cryopreservation.
Cryopreservation. Cryopreservation is belongs to?
Ex situ conservation.
Very good. Ex situ conservation. And what is in situ conservation?
On-site conservation.
On-site conservation. On-site conservation, we say in situ conservation. Next, question number 12. Zoological parks, botanical gardens, and wildlife safari parks are included in.
Ex situ conversation.
Very good. Offsite
Ex
collection.
ex
Offsite
situ
conservation.
conservation.
Okay. Ex situ conservation. Next, ex situ conservation includes.
All the
All
above.
the above. All the above.
All the above. What it mean? In vitro fertilized eggs production, tissue culture method, seed banks. Yes, ex situ conservation include all of the above. Next, question number 14. Which of the following German naturalist and geographer observed that within a region species richness increased with increasing explored area but only up to a certain limit?
Alexander von
Alexander
Humboldt.
von Humboldt.
Alexander von Humboldt. Alexander von Humboldt. Do you remember him? Paul Ehrlich. Who is he?
Rivets of copper.
Diversity more.
Yeah, rivet popper
Different.
hypothesis. Okay, very good, very good. But our answer is Alexander von Humboldt. For frugivorous birds and mammals in the tropical forests of different continents, the slope of the species area relationship is found to be
1.15.
1.15.
1.15. So the rivet popper hypothesis was given by
Paul Eldridge.
Paul Ehrlich.
Paul Ehrlich. Very good. Then, which of the following statement is incorrect? Communities with more species generally tend to be more stable than those with less species. A stable community should not show too much variation in productivity from year to year. A stable community must be resilient to occasional disturbances. A stable community must not be resistant to invasion of alien species. Just think, read the statement once again and think, no hurry. So actually, where did we get this question? Actually, we use it to say that in case of tropics, that in latitudinal gradient of biodiversity, tropics from 23N to 23S, that more number of that species richness is more. So reasons we made why tropics having more greater diversity. Based on that, we get asked a question here. Among these, which one is incorrect? Let's come from the beginning. Communities with more species generally tend to be more stable than those with less species. So talking about here only that particular community is near to the equator. That means in the tropical area, they are tend to be more stable because they are live in stable environment, isn't it? They live in stable environment. So that's why we can say that's correct. Okay. Next, in the same way, second statement. A stable community should not show too much variation in productivity from year to year. Yeah, in a stable community, there where we said the tropics, we call it as a stable community. There, productivity is almost or nearby constant. We said based on that the statement is made. So that's why the statement is also correct. Next, statement number 3. A stable community must be resilient. What is resilience? This word you need to know. What is resilient? Resilient means reaching to the same position after that any distortion. That means if you say like that, just example I'm saying here, if air comes, if this plant is bending down like this, after a period of time, if it reaches to the normal position, we say this process is resilience. Just example, not suitable for this particular. But then if you take our ear pinna, external ear pinna, so when you bend the ear pinna, it will come to normal position. So what do you call it as? Resilience. Resilience means reaching back to normal position after any distortion. We call resilient. So now read the statement. A stable community must be resilient to occasional disturbances. When disturbance comes, they are resilient. Yeah, that's true. It's a stable community. So So simply you need to understand all these statements are the properties of a particular area where we announced that in latitudinal gradient of biodiversity, where we announced near the tropics are 0 to 23 N and 0 to 23 S, that the greater biodiversity is present, what we declared there. So we are talking about that itself. Okay. Next, what is the last statement? A stable community must not be resistant to invasion of alien species, not at all related. So our answer is the fourth one. Our answer is must not be this one. A stable community must not be resistant to invasion of alien species. So this is our answer. Okay. So just when you are doing mistake here, when you are not able to answer, just go through that latitudinal gradient of biodiversity, read that statement and reasons for the greater biodiversity in the tropic. You just read that, you will get the answer. Okay. Now moving on. Increased biodiversity contributed to. We have four options. Increased biodiversity,
Higher productivity.
Higher productivity.
Higher productivity.
lower productivity, higher productivity, less stability, and decreased resilience to natural or man-made disturbances. Let us correct this actually. You said answer, okay. What you said, higher productivity. Okay, you correct the remaining also. Increased biodiversity contributed to. You corrected this. Lower productivity is wrong, higher productivity. Less stability. You correct this. Means if what present, that will be the correct answer. That's what I am asking. They said less stability. No.
High
That
stability.
yeah, high stability.
High
Stability and that is there more in case of where the biodiversity. Same again at tropics we are talking. Decrease resilience to natural or man-made disturbances. You should put here increase the resilience to natural or man-made disturbances.
Increased.
Yeah. So our answer is B, higher productivity. Okay, moving on. That math the following, that extinct animals with related species. 1, 2, 3, 4 and PQRS. Okay, we'll do one thing. We'll make it one after another. I'll ask for. Then after we'll find the answer. Dodo. Dodo is from
Africa.
Mauritius.
Mauritius. Mauritius. Correct.
Mauritius.
Yeah, dodo is from Mauritius. Dodo bird is extincted in Mauritius. Okay. Next, quagga.
Africa.
Quagga from
Africa.
Africa.
Africa. Okay, very good. Quagga is from Africa. So you just matched here. The quagga is from Africa. Okay. Next, thylasin.
Australia.
Australia.
Thylasin, are you saying from Australia?
Australia.
Australia.
Australia. Okay. Australia. Stellar cow. Stellar
Russia.
Russia.
yeah,
Russia.
left over is Russia. So let us see whether this option is right or wrong. You just match it. I'll take another color. So where you find this answer? Where do you see that? Go for the options.
D. D, sir.
D. 1 R. 2 yes.
S, 3, P, 4, Q.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Chalo, we'll put the answer. Next, moving on. In general, loss of biodiversity in a region may lead to let me read the statements first of all. We have four statements here. Decline in plant production, lowered resistance to environmental perturbations like drought, decreased variability in plant productivity and water use, and only A and B. So go through the options. In general, loss of biodiversity in a region, when biodiversity is lost in a region, it leads to what? Decline in plant production, lowered resistance to the environmental perturbations like drought, decreased variability in plant productivity and water use. Just read, go through the statements of the textbook.
Option D, sir.
D,
Very
sir.
good. Very good. Option D, only A and B. Okay, so next, the most dramatic examples of habitat loss come from temperate deciduous forest, tropical rainforest, polar region, alpine region.
Tropical rainforests.
Tropical rainforest.
Most dramatic examples of habitat loss come from. Just need to follow the NCERT textbook in this particular context. So that is where it comes from, tropical rainforest. Very good. Next, at present, rainforests cover the earthland's surface not more than.
6.
Very good, 6%. 6%. The Amazon rainforest is being cut and cleared for
Soya beans cultivation.
cultivating soybean. You should read
Question.
till the
What
end.
option D,
A
sir?
and B,
Yeah,
sir.
you need
Option
to
D,
read.
sir.
Option D. Okay, let me
D,
read.
sir.
Cultivating soya bean for conversion of the grasslands for raising beef cattle. Beef cattle. We'll correct this. And for increasing release of oxygen into the environment. Okay, so definitely it's going to be wrong. Both A and B. Very good. Next, 24. When large habitats are broken up into small fragments due to human activity, it leads to, what do you call this as? Fragmentation.
Decline in biodiversity.
Decline in biodiversity.
Decline in biodiversity.
Yeah, that one of the reason in the evil quadrant, increase in biodiversity, decline in biodiversity, increased survival of many species, increased in species richness. No, our answer is decline in biodiversity. Okay, very good. Next, moving on. 25th question. Which of the following species got extinct due to overexploitation by humans?
All the above.
All the above.
Yeah, stellar sea cow, passenger pigeon, dodo, that all are get extincted over. Okay, next, moving on to the exploring molecular and genetic and species level diversity for products of economic importance is called. Exploring,
Option A, sir.
yeah, okay, let me read the answers. Bioprospecting, biofortification, ethical reasons, broadly utilitarian argument. So first of all, let us try to understand the question. Exploring molecular, genetic, and species level diversity for products of economic importance is called. That is for our favor, isn't it? Yes, very good. Bioprospecting. Next, a moral duty for well-being and our biological legacy in good order to future generations included under.
Ethical argument.
Included under ethical argument. Yes. Next, which statement is incorrect regarding biodiversity hotspots? So let me go with the statements first. They have high level of species richness, high degree of endemism. India has only 3 hotspots. All the biodiversity hotspots put together cover 10% of the Earth's land area. So what is asked here? Which statement is incorrect regarding biodiversity hotspot? Just don't go for
A,
Option D, sir.
you don't go for the incorrect statement. First of all, after all reading the textbook, we'll find the textbook sentences. We'll come to know what is correct. Then when we know what is correct, automatically you'll find the select. I can select the incorrect option. They have high level of species richness. Yes, perfectly correct. High degree of endemism. That's why we selected them as hotspot. Yeah, we have only 3 hotspots. So the left over all the biodiversity hotspot put together. This kind of data we don't have in the textbook. Next, which of the following sacred groves are found in Meghalaya? Aravali Hills, Kasi and Jaintia Hills, Western Ghats, Eastern Ghats. Meghalaya. Yes, I am
Kasi.
answering.
Kasi and Asia Hills.
Very good. Kasi and Jaintia Hills. Next, how many countries were involved in World Summit held in 2002?
190 countries.
190.
190 countries. Very good. 190 countries. The sum total of diversity that exists all levels of biological organization is called.
Biodiversity.
Biodiversity.
Yeah, itself our chapter name. We are ending up with that. Biodiversity, the sum total of diversity that exists at all levels of biological organization is said to be biodiversity, we can say. Okay, so that's it. These are the basic level questions here which represent the NCERT textbook. What kind of questions are coming will come in from biodiversity chapter, and what to read to understand that these kind of questions will be helpful for us. We are not going to say from the whole chapter we covered, but these kind of questions will make us alert what to read, or when we are reading that we can understand, okay, this can be this calculation can be converted as a question, and the statements can be converted as a question. So in that way you will understand. So for that understanding aspect we made this, not we are going to say that we covered the total syllabus. We'll do it continuously. So these kind of sessions here, I'm very happy you answered all the questions you answered over. All the questions you answered, that's a very good thing. So keep going.